Today, as you would have seen in the emails, and thank you so much to Carla for sending that out, we are going to be covering on automating your lead flow. Now, as always, put your own oxygen mask on first. Make sure that this is something that you've got in place for you, okay? And then this can be something you productize and sell, okay? Kim, don't get distracted, right? This is not what you do, right? And what you'll find in the book, Johan, just hold it up one more time. Actually, I should grab my copy so I can do that. Hold it up one more time. In the book, what we talk about when we talk about productizing, if you switch directions and you do AI voice and then you do automated lead flow, one thing should not override the other. I do, Kim, this is for you. I do AI voice receptionists. Now I've got you as a client. One of my additional services is also automating lead flow. Can I turn that on for you as well? But your primary message stays your primary message. And anything else you do becomes an additional service that you integrate afterwards, right? I do AI voice, help people put their receptionists in. Now that's up and running for you. Do you want me to set up automated lead flow? So what we're going to cover today is automated lead flow. And it is something you can package as a service, put a box around it and start to sell it, right? So automated lead flow and setting that up for yourself. So I'm going to take you across into the White Label Suite dashboard. I just want to kind of give you guys the overview of this. Before I do, can I ask for a little bit of feedback in the chat? How many of the people on this call already have AutoPilot running in their White Label Suite app for either themselves or their clients? Can you give me a 1 if you do it for yourself? Give me a 2 if you do it for your clients. Give me a 3 if you haven't turned it on yet. All the White Label Suite guys, 1s. 3, haven't turned it on yet. Oh my goodness. All right. So, wow. Education, education, education. Okay. So, quick story, and then I'll dive in. Yesterday, Johan pinged me and he said, mate, one of our clients wants to have a conversation tomorrow. Can you have a look at their account and tell me what you see so that we're not walking in blind? This is a $1.2 billion company. And I've gone, yep, sure. And I opened up their account and I looked at 3 screens and I said, they don't know how to use it. Took me 15 seconds. The 3 things I looked at were how they were running their searches, which I'm happy to cover. Have they configured their AI assistant? No, they're using it straight out of the box, which tells me they're not getting the most out of it. And 3, they hadn't turned on what I'm about to cover now, which is our autopilot. So to us, that's a client at risk. Okay. To you, that would also be a red flag. If you're building a SaaS company, software as a service, you're charging a subscription, there's going to be a red flag on key uses of the program. If your clients aren't using that function, it's a risk. They're going to churn, right? So as I look at those 3s in here, we haven't done a good enough job. And in fact, that was my response to you, Johan, wasn't it? In fact, let me read that off. This is my private chat with Johan from yesterday. So I said the 3 things that I spotted on, and then my exact word for word was this: a classic case of we haven't taught them well enough for us to be indispensable. We haven't taught them well enough for us to be indispensable. We want to be indispensable to everybody that's on our books, and you want that too. So automating your lead flow is something that you can set up, turn on, adjust, tweak, all right, as life goes on, but then you don't have to worry about it. And here's the cool thing. When you do this for a client, you end up with somebody that has leads every day going into their opportunity funnels. They can visually see new leads are being contacted. All right. And that gives you an amazing power in any future conversation. So you can say to somebody, hey, last week we dropped in 130 new leads in the target audiences you're looking for. Emails have gone out. All is well. Everything good. Rebill's coming up in another few days. Don't turn that off, baby. You got 137 people last week, right? So automating your lead flow. 3 things I'm going to cover. Do it for you, please. Do it for your clients. Productize it. and turn it into something that you sell. Put a box around it. I automate lead flow for businesses. Let me know if you want more information. Get on my Zoom call. Right, so let's do that in order 1, 2, and 3. Turning on for yourself. I'm going to share my screen right here so that we can get that all going on. Let's make sure I share the right desktop. Can you, Mr. Johan, can you see my White Label Suite screen?
Yes. Yep.
Great.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I will, as always, move my Fathom so we have more screen real estate. All right, all good? Okay, so you guys have seen this screen before, yeah? Anybody not seen this screen before? Is our education that bad that nobody's seen this screen before? In that case, we're gonna have some more calls real soon. All right, so hopefully you guys have all seen this screen before. Welcome to the White Label Suite lead generation program if you haven't seen it before. So what we know is that we can do a whole bunch of different searches in this program, right? We can come in here and we can search for companies. This is verticals. We can say, find me all the realtors in this area. Find me all of the business coaches in this area. Find me all of the HVAC plumbers, whatever it is. We do that in company search, all right? We can then dial deeper and we can find people in our people search. So we go, find me the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies who live in Alabama and do this, this, and this, right? So you can use the people search. A couple of other searches there as well, influencers and domain search. All those two key searches form part of our AutoPilot search. All right. So if you've not ever turned it on before, like all of those threes indicate to me that that is the case, this can really help your business growth. Okay. So in our lead search in the menu, down 5 deep is this one. It's called AutoPilot search. Okay. Now, what AutoPilot search does is, as it says on the tin, sets up an automatic search parameter that is just then running for you, okay? And again, set it up for yourself, step 1. Set it up for your clients, step 2. Productize it, and I'll show you, I'll literally show you what I mean by that. Put a box around it and say, I do this. This is a product you can buy from me, right? Don't get distracted. Your main service is your main service. Right? Productize it after we get this done. Right, so how do we set up AutoPilot? There are 2 ways to do this. I'm going to cover one. Why? Because the second way is kind of like, okay, I understand everything else is going. The second way I'll cover in another training. This is the primary reason to turn on AutoPilot search. I'm going to cover one of those reasons. So how do we set it up? Literally, big blue button on the right-hand side that says create new, click on it, and we're going to start here. Now, if you like working in your verticals, that's who you're approaching every day, then you'll start in a company search. If you want to speak to individuals, you're going to go down the people search path, right? So I'll do both, but let's start with our company search. So I want realtors in my pipeline every day getting an email message from me. Right? And we'll tweak our email messages, and probably worth, actually, Johan, let's make a note to get one of our cold email specialists onto a masterclass call at some point. Company search, right? So I want to search for companies every day. And this is, remember I said there's 2 ways. I'm going to show you one. This is the one I'm going to show you. It's the basic. And we're going to give this a name. This is my daily realtor search, right? And I want this to repeat every day. I want leads in my funnel every day. Cool. Continue. Now, standard search stuff that we see in our normal search, business, where are they located? How many do we want? And where are we putting them? So cool. I'm looking for realtors. All right. And I'm looking in Chicago. We choose our location and we say, how many per day do I want? Well, I want 40 per day. Great. And then I'm putting them somewhere. I want to make sure that they're going into a list. If I haven't got a list that I want them in, I can create one right here on this screen. So I want this, my auto realtor list. Okay, cool. So this is who I'm looking for. This is where I'm looking for them. This is how many I want every single day in my auto realtor list. Next. Then we says, okay, cool. Based on your initial location choice, these were all the districts around here. So this is the big difference between doing this manually and doing this on AutoPilot. If you do it manually, as we've already covered in so many of our training videos, you have to go that location, move my pin drop, get this zip code, right? Autopilot just goes, these are all the suburbs and areas around where you've initially chosen. Are you good with that? Say, cool, good with that. Oh, actually, that's a little bit far to drive. Turn that off. Sweet, cool. Now I'm setting up. Do I want everyone? Do I want to filter this a little bit? All right. So I'm just going to literally, for my own setup, what we have is just the ones that have the email. You know, you do the search and you find 80 results, but only 73 of them have got emails. Cool. Take the other 7 out because my system doesn't work with people who haven't got emails. Great. Just give me the ones that have got the email. But I can also filter this. I can say, you know, I want specific company sizes. I only want people whose first name is present. I only want, you know, ones that have got a specific reputation rating, whatever that might be. But I've set up my filters and I've literally said, cool, run the search, take out these ones and give me what's left. Great, automatically. Next, do I also want to enrich the employee data? Be careful on this choice. This will use more credits. All right. So do you really need to know where the person used to work and all their skills and history if we're just sending them a copy? Yeah, maybe not. If you do, great. Then you want to enrich them. But if you don't, leave that off, right? If you're doing company search, you don't need to, typically, you don't need to turn that on, right? So cool. And then we've got our AI piece. And this is really, really, really important. Really important because I'll show you our actual live system that's running for ourselves in just a minute. This gives your outreach emails personality. So, Kim, you're talking about you've got emails going out, you've got that 7 email sequence happening. This tweaking this. So, Johan and I spent 3 hours together the other day tweaking this step to get better results. The 2 founders of the company, man, the value of those 3 hours, we'd have to say is like, what, 2,000 an hour times 3, $6,000. So we spent $6,000 of man-hour time on tweaking the AI to make sure the results were better. That's how important this is, right? So, but once you've said, okay, I've got some good AI prompts in here, it does a research for me, it finds the right things I'm looking for. Now we're setting that up in auto lead search and we go, all right, I've got a great prompt here to summarize the company. And I also want an icebreaker in my emails. So I just want those 2 prompts to run. Again, credits, only turn on the ones you need. Okay, so I want a summary and I want an icebreaker sentence. And again, I'll show you why in just a second. So who am I looking for? Where am I storing them? How often do I want to search? What filters do I want to turn on? What AI do I want to run? And then it's next, drop it into my CRM. And that's it. All right. So from here, and how many records do I want? Do I want every employee in the company? Probably not. Do I want just 2 of them? Absolutely. That's kind of my default setting, right? So if I've got 100 email addresses for that particular realtor, I just literally send the first 2 in the list. Okay. So once this is set up and turned on, it runs automatically. And you'll get an email. Let me come face to face. You'll get an email that says something like AutoPilot 13457 has completed. Do you wish to edit? Or something like that. Now, what does that mean? It means I put in one location, Chicago, and over the last 3 weeks, 40 times a day, it's searched and found, and it's now exhausted that location. So I just go into my autopilot, put in a new location, and get it going again. But what's the benefit here? What's the benefit here? If I do nothing else in my business, in my company, if I do nothing else, I'm too busy answering my accountant who wants the books to be done from last week. Or I'm distracted because my next door neighbor needs to go to the airport today. All right. This is life. I'm telling you real stuff. All right. This is what happens in real business. This is true. So I need to take my neighbor to the airport today. Okay. I also have got a podcast interview and I've got another call after this as well. But that trip is going to take, I'm pointing like you guys know where her house is. It's over there. Right. That trip takes 3 hours out of my business day today. Oh, suck. But that's life. But guess what? My autopilot lead flow is running. So even if I do nothing else, 50 realtors will get contacted today. How good? All right, guys, is that good? Like, even if I do nothing else, the system's got my back today. Is that good? So, can I get a little bit of feedback from you guys? My little evangelistic soapbox is getting worn thin on the top. Just give me a little bit of feedback. Is that helpful for you? And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail because this is a tech training session. I want to show you exactly what you do. But AutoPilot exists in your software for one reason: to make sure that you've got constant lead flow no matter what. Is that helpful? Now, worst messaging in the world, worst emails in the world. You're going to get 1% opens and 3% clicks and all of that kind of stuff. And somebody's going to see your message today. Right? There's a couple of steps that I'm going to talk about to increase those ratios, right? But something's happening. Now, again, guys, do this for yourself, please. Get in there, set up your AutoPilot leads. There's a couple more steps. Take note. We'll make sure there are training videos on this, but this works. Mark, it works even when you're at the dentist. Exactly. It works when you want to go and pick up your kids from school because they've got a soccer match. Amazing. It works when you've got to fly 24 hours. At least 60 people got contacted yesterday. It works every day. This is the benefit, right? So you're going to set this up. And this is what I was saying about once you set it up for you, here's something you can sell. Not as you may not for Kim, right? Here's something you can sell. What I do is I automate inbound lead flow for companies just like yours. If you'd like to know how to do that, please book on my Zoom call, right? Automate lead flow. I automate lead flow for people. Cool, right? Automated lead flow. Amazing. How do I set it up? Let me get it done for you. How often do you want it to run? Every day, please. Let's go. Right. So AutoPilot search. I'm going to dive in and make sure we cover this on tech. There's, let me give you 3 steps to make sure we cover them all. Set up your search, which I've just shown you how to do. Number 1, step 1, set up your AutoPilot search. Oh, look, when I do that, I get cool reactions. Can I get my confetti? Yeah, balloons. There we go. Okay, cool. Step 1, set up your AutoPilot search. I just showed you how to do that. I'm going to cover that a little bit more. Step 2, make sure there is a tag on your list. What? I'll show you. But that's step 2. Set up your search. Make sure there's a tag. Step 3, make sure that tag triggers an email. Right? Set up the search. Make sure there's a tag. Make sure the tag triggers an email. Okay? Those are your 3 steps to automating your lead flow. We've covered number 1. Let's have a look at number 2. So, step 1, set up your search as we just showed. Come into your tool, come down here, create an AutoPilot search, okay? And now you have leads going onto a list every single day. Now, I'm going to save this and then I'm going to pause it real quick so that it doesn't run because this was just a demo one. So I'm going to save it just so it's done, all right? Once you order it, your first run will begin soon. Please confirm all settings are done before continuing. Confirm, all right? And then you go, oh, wait, I didn't set everything up properly. Go over and pause it. All right, so it's now paused. Cool. So step 1, set up your search. If you're smart, you'll do step 2 before you do this. But if you're not, like me, you'll do it right now as I'm about to show you, okay? So I've set up my search. Step 1 done, yay. 50 realtors a day, hooray. AI's doing my research, great, fantastic. Step 2, add a tag to your list. What? Let me show you. So remember we set up a new list for this AutoPilot search that we called Auto Realtor List. All right, we set that up a few moments ago to hold all of these auto searches that we just talked about, right? This is step 2. It's super easy. It'll take you less than 30 seconds. You click on the 3 dots on the list right here, and you go to tags right here, and you create a tag in this little field right here. Now, you can see I've done this a heap of times before. What if you created a tag just called AutoPilot? That's it. AutoPilot. A tag called AutoPilot. And click on save. Step 2 is now done. Didn't take much time, did it? It was great. Step 1 took a lot of time, but step 2 is only like 15 seconds, baby. That's great. Awesome. We are super close to having automated lead flow happening all the time. We set up our search. We told it to send it to the CRM once it's done on my filters and it's run my AI. And when it goes to my CRM, it's going to have a tag now on it. Yay. Step 3. Who can remember what step 3 was? Step 1, run the search. Step 2, set the tag. Step 3 was? Who's going to get it? I'll give you a 15-second one-on-one.
Create a workflow trigger email.
Mark Ipaz gets a 15-minute strategy call with me. Book him with me, Brad, and I will jump on with you. You're exactly right. Make sure there's an automated workflow that is triggered by that tag. Let me show you what that looks like. So over in our CRM program, we happen to use GHL. We love GHL. We will stand on GHL, but we also can work with HubSpot or Pipedrive or any other CRM that your clients use or you use yourself via integrations with Zapier, etc. Now, we know that GHL was down this morning. So if this doesn't load, I'll cry a little bit and explain it to you guys, but let's just see if it works right here. So please work GHL. Let's see if we can get this loading. There we go. Okay, cool. Oh, I had it and I clicked on refresh. Patience is a virtue. I wonder if it's on sale. Let's see. Come on. Oh, I was just about to click on it again. Patience is a virtue. All right, cool. Let me just come over here. I'm going to go into demo company and just muck around. My demo company is a full sandbox of automations that have been built halfway and never turned on because I like to show stuff off. All right, so step 3, as Mark says, trigger a workflow with that tag. So over in our automations, we've got a workflow that's going to send out those emails. Hey, Mr. Client, I do this. Is this of interest? Can I help you with it? All right. So we have a bunch of these workflows in our snapshots that we give you guys. So here's one, for example, that I've got here. It's just called cold email. But here's a workflow that sends out an email. Okay. And for those of you who haven't built workflows in GHL before, again, there's, this is way too complicated for what I'm trying to demonstrate. There's a heap of workflows in our snapshots that are built to send out cold emails. So you can get them and they're part of like a snapshot. You don't even need to create it, but I'm just going to do this real quick. So this workflow is going to just send out my cold emails. That's what it's going to do. So let me add those actions in here. Send email. All right. So I haven't got a trigger yet. I'm going to come back to that because that's step 3. From name, Walt, from email, Walt will do. And I'll just put a placeholder here for now. And my email, subject can't be empty. Wait, subject can't be empty. There we go. Done. Cool. Now that is probably the world's worst copy, and I would imagine that that will get less than 1% open rate, but you'd be surprised. Right, so nothing triggers this, but it sends an email. Great. What happens next? We wait 2 days. Wait a couple of days. Let's go. 2 days. And send what? Another email. So now what do? I go copy this and paste it here. And we now suddenly magically have a workflow. Why didn't my copy and paste work? GHL is really being funny at the moment. Wow, really not working well. But we're in the right space.
All the groups are complaining that GHL's not working, dude. So
yeah, we're good. So, but you guys get the point. What does this workflow do? It sends out my messages, baby. It sees if I can get the attention of someone. It gets them to say, hey, I might be interested in that. What do you got? So now, as we said on step 3, we need this bit. We need a trigger. And remember what our trigger was? It was a tag. And that tag, so now that tag becomes the trigger. So we say on our filters, when a tag is added that matches the one that I just created, which was called AutoPilot, all right? When a tag is added with AutoPilot, fire this email series. Done, right? And that is step 3 completed of our automate your lead flow, automatic lead flow. Step 1, set up your search. Step 2, add a tag to the list. Step 3, make sure that there's a workflow that gets triggered by that tag, and happy days, baby. Now I can take my my neighbor to the airport and 50 of my ideal clients are going to get emails today. All right. Now, Yes, Stacy, great question. So that's going to be, wow, a really complex section that I've got 8 minutes left to fill. I'll do my best. I'll get through this with you guys. All right. So step 1, 2, 3, set up your search, create a tag, set up a workflow that fires. Now, Stacy's question is really valid, and I'm going to show you our live outbound email system right now, if GHL gives us. If not, I'll drop a live video into the group, you guys. So let's get, can I get my mail? Yeah, that one will do. So we run 2 outbound email databases. Okay. So we've got 2 AutoPilot lead systems going through, and we've got 2 outbound email databases. Stacy's question, can you show me where that AI generated information goes in the email? This is where it gets really, really cool. Now, guys, let me just be really specific. What I'm about to show you is not as important as doing it. I don't care if you're an Olympic marathon runner. If you take 100 steps today, you've done something, right? So set up AutoPilot and get better at it over time. This is the bit of getting better at it. Your email messaging, making it personalized, tweaking it, spending $6,000 of man hours to get one word in a message right that just gets you more responses. Super, super, super important, right? But doing something is key. Get that AutoPilot up and running, and then get your messaging more personalized. So to Stacey's question, where does the AI information go in an outbound email campaign? So we turned this one on yesterday, hence there's only 26 that have gone through it at the moment. But here's what we were trying to say. There's a tag. In my case, it's the tag called enrich. It then waits, drips it out at 1 per 8 minutes, and sends an email. And everybody that's had that email so far is at the wait step. Now, this was yesterday. We literally turned this on yesterday. So 26 people have gone through it in the last 24 hours, none of which I did myself. Thank you, AutoPilot lead search. Happy days. Let's have a look at stats. Haven't looked at this so far. 28% open rate. 1 in 3, right? 1 in 4 if you want to go that way. So 26 of my ideal clients got a message from me yesterday, and a quarter of them actually opened it to look at that. Now, is that good? It's meh, but it's something, right? It's something. So let's have a look at where that AI information goes into the email. So this is sending out from our Prospect Falcon system, right? This is, the subject line is literally just the company name. So I've literally said, White Label Suite is the company name in this particular extent, or it'd be OC Advantage, or whatever your company name is will show up in there. And then it's for the team at that, because it's a company email, I'm not sending it personal. I'll show you the personal one in just a sec. This is the bit, contact intro by AI. Because I set the AI to do some research over in our leads tool, it's automatically adding that to a custom field, and I just put the custom field on the email. Don't get lost, don't get confused. We'll do separate training on this. There's already training on it, but we'll do separate training on it. But the AI does the research and puts it somewhere. Where does it put it? I'll show you in a sec, but it puts it into a custom field. And then all you need to do is put that custom field on the email, and hey presto, every email that goes out then is personalized. Okay. So we've got 2 of these campaigns running. As I said, one is a people search, one is a company search. I really want to show you the people search one because it's better. There we go. Hopefully GHL. Yes, it's opening. Yes, it's opening. Yay. All right, cool. So this is the one that we're really proud of. This is the one that Johan and I spent 6 hours tweaking the AI to give me a really specific thing. But where does the data go? Where does the data go from the AI research? So I showed you where it goes in the email. All right. So you can see this is our people search running 14 hours ago, 15 hours ago, 14 hours ago. These are emails that were sent out to our ideal clients. All right. So let's just have a quick look. Where is the data from the AI research? Now, you don't need to set this up. It happens automatically. As soon as you connect your leads tool to your GHL, you don't have to set fields up. It does it. All right. So all of that AI data is in here. Additional info. There it is. So LinkedIn URL comes across straight from my system, and I noticed your impressive skills in business development and team, etc. That is the AI research done by the leads tool, inserting it into GHL. So I just showed you, where does that come in on the email? Check this out. So this is going out to company name. Hi, Kieran. I noticed your impressive skills in business development and team management. It must be quite the task juggling such big responsibilities at that particular company's name, especially spearheading projects in the business development department. By the way, is it as exhilarating as a senior BDM as it sounds? AI has researched this person, knows what they do, where they work, what their claims to fame are, and has just given me an icebreaker in my email. Now, the rest of the email's static. We send that same information to everyone. But this first paragraph is specific to them. It's researched, it's in a specific tone of voice, and it's going out. Again, guys, this is the what happens next piece. But so this was sent to Kieran about being a senior BDM and working for this company. Let's see what else happened. If I go to the next person in the line, this was sent to Mary Ellen. I noticed that you worn many hats in your illustrious career, from a senior BDM at Rapid Staff to a principal consultant at Betterton Associates. It's fascinating how you've interwoven your experience. It's not every day you see a strong combination of arts and nursing rounding out a person's backgrounds. Seems like there's always an exciting chapter unfolding in your career. Have I researched that person? This is not just a blank email, is it? I know who that person, I've really looked into who this person is. Haven't I? Haven't AI? Right? Personalized outreach. Now, this is, that mail bounced, so fine, no worries. That'll get taken out of our mail system. I can just keep going. Every single email is personalized. And again, I'm happy to give you guys the prompt that took Johan and I hours of tweaking to get it right. Do you guys want the prompt? I'm sure you do. Everybody says yes. All right, let me grab the prompt. It's so, you'll notice so many little things about this prompt.
I've got it here, dude. I'll put it in the chat. Don't worry.
Okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, sweet, awesome. So let me come face to face. I said I was going to cover 3 things with you. Help you get automated lead flow yourself. Oxygen mask, get it going. Life takes over, but automated systems just work, right? So grab a snapshot that we've already got in our members area, the 20 free lead snapshot, any of the others, get it in, get it running, and you've got something happening in your business today. Set up AutoPilot. Number 1, add your tag, trigger a workflow by that tag, and now people are getting messages. Next, tweak your messaging, tweak your AI, tweak your response so that it's your voice, your personality, make it work for you. Johan's just put that in there. So this is a people search prompt, right? You guys can copy and paste that. If you're watching this on a replay, just hit us up. We'll make sure you get it. So spending time to tweak the prompt means that that first paragraph was not sounding like AI, really sounded well researched, like it was beautiful done, right? Johan, AI God, thank you, sir. Appreciate your time, right? So I said I was going to cover 3 things, and I'm 1 minute past already. Turn this on for yourself. Turn this on for your clients, okay? Which will reduce their churn and give you balloons if you do that on Zoom, right? And productize this. And I'm going to do the stupidest productization 30 seconds that you've ever seen, but I just want to do it as a point, to make a point. I'm going to go to canva.com, which you can do for free. And I'm going to look for a design, and I'm going to look for a design called an e-cover. This is, I'm being 100% stupid here of what do I mean by productizing. So I'm going to get an ebook cover in this particular example. All right, and I'm just going to use this one, and I'm going to go automated lead flow, if I can spell, made easy by Kim Blasco. And I now have a product called automated lead flow made easy. Right? Again, I told you it would be the stupidest example ever. My point, turn on autopilot leads. Turn on autopilot leads. Chant it. Turn on autopilot leads. Turn on autopilot leads. make sure that your lead flow, your own personal lead flow, is running. You'll get better at it. And here's something from the heart that you can really take away. If you mess up the messaging, you can just resend another email. 10% of people have seen it. So that 150 people that you've already got in your database that didn't open the email don't care because they didn't judge you on your first one anyway, right? So get it going, then tweak it and resend it. Hey, John, I sent you a really bad email. I've worked it, and now I'd love to see your reaction, right? The first step is the hardest. Just get it going. Turn on AutoPilot lead flow. Offer it to your clients. Hey, Mary, Sarah, John, I have a way of automating lead flow into your business. Can I turn that on and tweak it? Can I turn it on and tweak it over the next 3 months for you? What did I just do? I just made sure I've got 3 months at least of that person paying me, right? Can I turn it on today and tweak it over the next few months for you to make sure that we get it right? Play them an audio snippet from Alex Hermosi that said when he started doing outbound lead research, they got 0 sales in their first 3 months. And then they got 2, and then they got 9. And now they're doing $700,000 a month just from outbound email, but it took 12 months to play that audio snippet and give yourself 12 months with the client, right? Guys, please turn on auto lead flow for yourself. No matter what else happens in life, customers are getting contacted today. The only way people can buy from you is if they know you exist. Turn on AutoPilot lead flow. Get a coffee cup that says, is my AutoPilot running? Look at it. Turn on AutoPilot lead flow. Number 2, do it for your clients and set them up with a 12-month plan. Number 3, productize it and be known for it. I automate lead flow for companies. Dude, how quickly can I get in your calendar? I automate lead flow for companies. Now, the people who aren't interested in that are going to what? Ignore you. So therefore, the people that don't ignore you are what? Interested. Turn on AutoPilot lead flow. Set it up for your customers and productize it. Done. So endeth today's sermon.
You
All
are the
good?
best.
Guys, a little bit of feedback. Is that all right? Amen, says Kyle. There it is. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Guys, all good. Give helpful, valuable, something you can do. Please don't leave here and do nothing. Please get in there. Perfect timing, says Stacy. Awesome. Helpful, I hope. Maceo, hope all is well. Craig, so good to see you, man. Peter, helpful. Stacy with us. Mark, you and I on a call together. Manolo, great to see you, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Kim, thanks for sharing. Awesome, guys. All good? Mr. Johan, anything you want to close us out with?
No, thank you. Love you guys. It's amazing. Let's go build some businesses.
I have a really important question. Kim, you asked, can I turn it on? The answer is yes. But Ebony and Kyle and I and Johan yesterday, we had a phrase that we threw around. From what you've seen, are you confident to do this moving forward? Give me a 1 if what I've shown you of how to set it up. Give me a 1 if you're confident that you can do it. Give me a 2 if you're still unsure. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, cool. All right. If you're hesitating on that 2 button, but you don't want to say anything, hit up our support desk and ask, hey guys, was on the call with Walt, little bit unsure. How do I do this step, please? And our team will help you, right? So support.whitelabelsuite.com, all right? And our team will help you get to a 1. We want you to be confident to move forward with what we've shown you, all right? Bruce, there will be a replay. It will be out within 90 minutes from now. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much
Clay.
for joining us. Yo, Mr. Johan.
Clay, I've left my Zoom link there. Jump on with me straight after this. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Have a great week. See you soon.